Nate, I presume the reference to the rebellion of 1978 was Freudian slip. It was actually 1798 you were referring to. 1798. Just for clarity, we didn't. At least not an official one. But there is a move around 1798, and the fact that Mayo was the start of the whole Republican movement and the first seat of the First Republic declared on the island. That's something that's working into the thinking around commemorating 1798 in the future as well. So if we have any questions or observations, and could, for the purposes of everyone in the room, maybe whoever it is could just identify themselves for a start. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm Colleen Corrigan-Day from Cleveland. And two questions for Cuyahoga County and for Mayo County. Nate, are there any other similar models that Cuyahoga County has, possibly with Israel or other countries that are similar to this with Mayo? And on the Mayo side, are you involved with any other North American or international communities the way you are with Cleveland and Cuyahoga County?
Sure, well, I'll start. Our business development model is first to leverage those relationships that are already strong and abundant. And so after 200 years of having a strong industrial base, which sounds like a lot when I say it, but not around you guys, 200 years of history here, I feel like the focus has been on larger markets that are well established. And so we work with other partners at the state and in regions of our state to engage in those larger markets. Germany, China, India. However, we also want to be able to have some direct contact and direct service to those businesses that are here that want to grow. And so while what we do is we provide it directly for some of those areas where there's a greater emphasis. Mayo and coincidentally Israel have been the two sites where we've had that kind of connection. The Mayo connection has been prolific and helpful. It's been certainly, I think it was also driven by that kinship, that there's so many folks that hail from Mayo or their families too, that make it an easy sell. So it is unique to the county that we're engaged in Mayo. And I think it is a model that we can duplicate elsewhere, but we've got our hands full with these guys.
And just maybe pick up on that, it is unique from the Mayo perspective as well in terms of signing of a formal MOU. We have relationships with other communities, other cities, other associations, and I'm thinking of Philadelphia, we're here with us, New York, and with the associations in the UK. But we haven't signed a formal MOU at county-to-county level anywhere else. And I think that is a model that could be replicated. There's a lot of work. You don't just go out in the morning and decide you're going to do it the next day. There's a lot of work in terms of getting prepared for it, and timing has got to be right. I think the timing here is down to Ed Fitzgerald being in the leadership position that he was in and is in, and without him it wouldn't have happened. And we would be open to developing our relationship with our other communities around the globe, and that's a little bit of what this conversation is about. And when we do, we look into the Cuyahoga model as the next step in the process. We do collaborate with other local authorities in the West in terms of our business development work in the UK, but this relationship is unique.
Hello, Andrea Hooks, Cleveland State University Student Government Association, and I know that you mentioned John Carroll. I'm here because our university definitely represents inclusion, engagement, and diversity. So as a student body representative, how can we be a part of the process that Mayo is going through, especially with the collaboration here in Cleveland? How can we play a role?
First, let me say happy 50th anniversary at your university. And then also say, let's do it. It's my commitment that we'll be able to do that and make the connections with the educational institutions that that have already some connection to our colleagues in Mayo and others, and that's something you and I can work on after this.
And again, pick it up on that. I think you've already started by being here. That's step number one. I think step number two is we will have representatives from GMIT and NUIG, that's the university based in Galway, and the Technological Institute, which will hopefully become a technological university in due course, based, our partner to be based in Mayo. So that's a conversation that we can set up, and in conversation with Martina and David, myself, Nate, and we'll see if we can make the connection and bring it back as one of the positive outcomes of this very first session of what's going to be a very productive, I hope, 2 days.
I think there's another point to add with the colleges.
Sorry, for those who don't know, you might introduce yourself as one of the...
Tommy Griffiths, the speaker. Just in relation to Karen, I mentioned earlier on, from our point of view, coming into Cleveland, we are looking for graduates that look for experience or that area in which you expect. So if there's some way you can help us on that line, we can actually speak with you. That's possible.
John?
Pick up with it. John McCann. So Tom should be on the map in Mayo the next time we call manufacturing in mall. So, which we're duplicating in Cleveland. But Dean Sedlak, I worked with Dean Sedlak at the university. And one of the ideas I'd pick up on Tom a little bit is almost if the counties could set up an internship program. So we could send some Cleveland State students over, they could get some experience in Ireland and really experience the largest coastline in Ireland. And then also get that the experience of the people, and at the same time, take some of the students that are living in Mayo, like myself, with the business Tom and I have started in the Cleveland area, and so you really get it at a grassroots level.
Internship is something we can certainly work on, and it's doable, and it will go both ways as well.
Right.
And it would, yeah.
Right, because I think cooperating companies here, like, we can talk with Sherwin-Williams and our friend Ed McNamara at Aon to kind of put them to work and then send them back. But at the same time, we'd love to send some kids over, so they're getting some real experience.
Well, let's take that. I'm not sure if that's the second positive outcome from the first session or whether it's a development of the let's certainly take it and we'll have that conversation maybe over the coffee break, which isn't that far away. I saw another hand at the back here, sir.
Rose Conway Walsh from Mayo County Council. I'm very interested in what you're saying around the John Carroll University and the Irish studies, and I think a huge resource, a wonderful resource in Mayo is the Jackie Clark collection, where Jackie Clark collected vast amounts of material that could be used for primary research right back to the 1600s to almost the present day, or when he died about 10 years ago. And they are very keen to work with exchanges and to develop the whole idea of edutourism in Ireland, and I know they have been talking to many other universities in North America as well. So, and I spoke to them before I came out here, and they would be very interested in developing links with you. And just the other point to make around the business development, we have the new National Rural Development Programme starting next year as well. And again, that will provide funding for exchanges and for further development in terms of, Nate, what you were talking about, things for business. So there are opportunities in that, and opportunities again in terms of the connectivity, both with Cleveland and Mayo, but also further into Europe there as well, so further collaboration there as well for exchanges. So thanks for the presentations.
Very important point, and it's something that we probably haven't written into the thinking and the planning enough in terms of developing rural development programs in the past, and now would be the time to put it firmly in there for the next 5 years. Anyone else before we clear ourselves going for coffee? And the lack of or absence of anyone feeling the need to say anything further at this stage, could I just maybe wrap up? Thanks, John, for the introductions. Thanks, Cuyahoga, for kicking off the convention in great style. Hey, thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning, and for all that you have done over the past 3-4 years to push full collaboration between Mayo and Cuyahoga forward. We might convey our thanks also to the county executive, wishing well for the next couple of months.
Couldn't have a better partner.